One of the ways by which governance can be brought closer to the grassroots is need assessment, which, in a democratic setting, makes governance inclusive as people's inputs need to be considered with utmost interest to allow for participation and even development. The Ogun State government, committed to implementing policies and programs that would enable the citizens to participate effectively in decision-making, organized the town hall meeting heralding the 2024 to 2026 medium-term expenditure framework and 2024 budget. This formed part of Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration's doggedness in the realization of its Building Our Future Together agenda. The event, which was held in the 4 divisions of the state, Remo, Ijebu, Yewa and Egba respectively, had in attendance market women, artisans, traditional rulers, community and religious leaders, and other people from all walks of life, to mention but a few. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, represented by the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, says the town hall meeting is a way of ensuring transparency in the budget process.
It is my great delight to welcome everyone to the citizens' engagement on the 2024-2026 medium-term expenditure framework (MTEF) and 2024 budget, which has taken place here in the Ijebu division of the state. This is a multi-year public expenditure planning exercise that is used to set out the future budget requirements for existing services and to assess the resource implications of future policy changes and any new programs. I must tell you that we are so keen on this exercise based on our style of governance and our vow pledge to you to be open and accountable in all ways and to run an inclusive administration where everyone is involved in the decision-making process.
Abiodun says the vision of his administration is to provide focused and qualitative governance as well as create an enabling environment for business to thrive in the state.
Royal Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, you will recall that our vision for Ogun State is to provide focused and qualitative governance and to create the enabling environment for a public-private sector partnership, which is fundamental to the creation of enduring economic development and individual prosperity. That promise is still fresh in our hearts and remains irrevocable. This is why our infrastructure investments are people-oriented and transformational, with resultant and obvious multiplier effects on the socio-economic development of the state. I'm happy to inform you that we have done and will continue to do through our Share Mantra lots of developments across the state, and these are encapsulated in our Building Our Future Together agenda.
The governor highlighted some of the projects that his administration had embarked upon through the Share Mantra.
In addition to this, right across the state, we have continued to maintain our policy of equitable and fair distribution of government resources. And we know that across the state, in our first time in office, the constructed over 400 kilometers of roads, which translates about 80 roads, major roads, feeder roads, and even federal roads. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of transportation, we are going to be very proactive. We will be collaborating with Lagos State in leveraging their blue and red rail lines by investing in extending those lines into Ogun State for efficient transportation of our people, goods, and services. We believe that this will also make Ogun State a preferred residence area for people in our communities in Lagos, and this will ultimately boost revenue in our state. We are also going to commence the construction of a dry port at Kajara and a logistics hub at Nasi. These will boost the economy in those areas and make it easy for all our investors to be able to import and export their goods locally through the dry ports. Your Excellencies, Royal Highnesses, we launched our e-mobility and gas mobility projects earlier this year. will be converting our mass transport systems to electricity and gas, reducing carbon emissions in our city, earning us carbon credits, and as we join other advanced countries in going green. This will also reduce the cost of transportation for our people and ultimately reduce the cost of goods and services. One major aspect of our infrastructure development is the construction of the Gateway and Otago Airport, which is located in the Senatorial District. The airport forms the nucleus of our metropolis, a community of its own, which in the next 2 years will be employing upwards of 30,000 people. We last year commissioned a special processing zone there, and work is ongoing in the area to make sure that we meet our deadlines. I visited the site on Saturday and was so impressed with the level of progress there, and by God's grace, the airport will be fully ready for operation in the next few months.
The Commissioner for Budget and Planning, Mr. Olaolu Olabinto, explained that the town hall meeting provides the opportunity for citizens to fully participate in the governance process.
This town hall meeting is essentially about citizens' engagement, essentially for us to deliver on our promises of good governance, for us to cultivate a feedback and response mechanism, and for us to engender quality citizens' participation. Our vision of His Excellency, as we all know, is to provide a focused and qualitative governance and to create the enabling environment for a public-private partnership which is fundamental towards achieving sustainable economic development and individual prosperity for the people of Ogun State. In furtherance of that, our mission includes to improve citizens' confidence, to improve human capital development, improve ease of doing business, develop and enhance value chain, improve productivity, mobility, and connectivity through the provision of adequate physical road infrastructure. We also hope to promote and sustain inter-ethnic and inter-religious harmony among the diverse peoples and cultures in the state.
Olabinto explained that the government would focus on the completion of the existing projects and ensure equitable distribution of resources in the 4 divisions of the state.
We also talk about the strategic allocation of resources, wherein we would focus on completion of existing projects and then move on to projects with revenue potential, then projects with priorities articulated in our economic development strategy, and then projects that can enhance employment generation. The third leg of the strategic thrust is the even distribution of resources across all divisions, even just and equitable distribution.
He urged people to contribute meaningfully to the budget process and not see it as a yearly ritual.
What are next steps? What we are here for today, give you high-level reports like I've just done, and then to seek your input as we plan for the next 3 years and precisely the 2024 budget. We would like to hear from you. What policies, programs, and projects would you like to see as we plan for next year?
In his own submission, the Commissioner for Finance and Chief Economic Advisor, Mr. Dapo Okubadejo, says the government, in its bid to achieve sustainable economic development, needs to involve the people in the budget-making process.
In a bid to achieve sustainable economic development in the state, and institutionalize public sector reforms and governance, the present administration of Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun Sewa enacted the Ogun State Fiscal Responsibility Law 2020 as amended to date, which highlights the roles and functions of all the stakeholders as well as spell out the expected fiscal activities in the state that has assisted in the annual budget process. In managing public sector expenditure, we will adhere to state's policy thrust, transparency, efficiency, and risk aversion in order to implement government policies leading to the direct benefits to our people. The state government fiscal policy will focus on improving the efficiency and effectiveness of spending, achieving a balance between capital and recurrent expenditure, including greater control of the wage bill.
Okubadejo said that the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration would continue to embrace inclusiveness and good governance in line with best global practices to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people.
Directing expenditure on capital infrastructure and boosting internally generated revenue by identifying and plugging revenue leakages and gradual fiscal consolidation to achieve a level of public spending consistent with macroeconomic stability and sustainable debt. Please let me quickly say that this administration, led by His Excellency, will continue to encourage inclusiveness and good governance by ensuring and strengthening public financial systems in line with global best practices with the goal of delivering dividends of democracy to the entire people of Ogun State. With the 2024 year approaching, we need a holistic consideration of our needs and judiciously apply our limited resources to areas that bear on the welfare of the citizenry. So this meeting enables the government to have contributions from the public, especially people from the Ogun Central Senatorial District, and get your inputs, suggestions, considerations in the preparation of next year's budget.
One after the other, the dignitaries from all walks of life commended the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration and also bore their minds regarding their expectations in the new budget. Responding, the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, has this to say.
And I want to assure everybody that once we tie up the legal hurdles, we are ready to go ahead with the quick reconstruction of that road. And my prayer is that we will all be alive and well to witness the commissioning of the road and enjoy smooth traveling on the road after years of horrific travel. The government has acquired a property in Total to be used as a primary healthcare center. So that is going to come on very soon. And the other ones we have identified we will look into. And dear Sir Ikero, the new rector is in place, the governing council is in place, and I'm sure with the efforts of the management of that institution, we will start to see some positive traction there. The Lapemba Aito in the road is one that has been included in the supplementary budget of the federal government in one of 4 routes that His Excellency nominated from the state. I'm sure you will start to see some work being done on that road. I'm taking your comments also on the primary healthcare centers and we'll make sure that those are incorporated in the Ministry of Health programs. We want to assure you that we have a credible governing council there. Napoli, as an institution, has collected repeated funding from this government. They are an institution that is dear to us. We have supported them to get accreditation for many of their courses and we continue to support the institution. As you know, His Excellency has created a Ministry of Youth and assure that this will let us drill down on this issue, which is very important to all of us. The government has approved a 60% reduction on the approvals for religious buildings. So if you have an approval, you will be getting 60% of that is already approved, and religious organizations have started benefiting.
Jan Strides caught up with some of the people at the event, and they expressed their views on the town hall meeting and their expectations on the 2024 budget.
It is an opportunity for us as a religious group or religious leaders representing our people, our followers, to also have our voices in what the government see as the priorities or the major needs of the people in the state. And so coming here, it means that beyond what the government sees, we can also reveal to them what we are saying so that they can really see well into the needs of the people.
If you have problems, if you have challenges, we need to come together and express our mind to the government. And it is left to the government because there's nobody that can do everything. It is God that can do everything. But if you now express our mind, the government will know that what they have in mind to do, or if they have the ability or the capacity to do, they will do it. According to the scale of preference, they will take it one by one. We don't expect them to do everything at a time. For this year, they can do. Next year, they can also try. The other year, they can also do. Before leaving the stage, nobody can do everything.
This rotation of the budget presentation is a very good idea, so that every section of Ogun State would have the opportunity to present its case, and there will be enough time for the governor to listen to them and implement whatever is implementable in their requests. But I'm sure whatever is going to happen would be in the best interest of Egbaland.
It's very important activity, and I'm pleased that the government is taking this step and to involve all the key stakeholders from all walks of life, the artisans, the market women, the traditional rulers, and everybody who should be part of the whole process. And I only hope that from this exercise they can get the full spectrum of issues and be able to identify the key ones, the critical ones, and then prioritize the delivery on that basis.
Yeah, it's a welcome development, as you said, a ritual thing. So it has to be done, and we have to have input into what is going to happen. And as a government, it gives people, the stakeholders, the opportunity to really make suggestions. So by the time the government is taking the budget to the House of Assembly for ratification, so you'll be able to know that these are the wishes of the people in the three senatorial. It's a welcome development.
I think he has performed well so far, and I'm sure he's still going to do better than what he has done. Coming for this meeting is just to buttress what he had said before. He said that the Abeokuta-Ota road, that he would soon do that. I'm waiting to see that, and I believe that he will do it. He won't say something and not do it. So I'm imploring everybody to support him and to be patient, that it will still be well with us in Ogun State.
This is a very laudable step that the governor has taken. It's only a listening and attentive leader that could do this kind of thing. He wants to have the contribution of the people he's governing, the people he's leading, before he can put up in place policies. If they have come up with policies that is not, that where they don't know the feeling, the need of the people, they have just done that for doing sake. It doesn't positively affect the life of the masses he's governing. But today, he's an exemplary leader. He has been doing it before. Since his inception as the governor of Ogun State, they have been calling for town hall meeting to seek the mind of the masses, the mind of the people he's governing. And every sector will be represented. be it private and public, to give their own quota. So his administration is administration of people ruling themselves. People ruling themselves. He's truly representing the people. That's what I can say.
Coming from the town hall meeting, it is obvious that the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration in Ogun State is bent on running an inclusive government by ensuring that the good people of the state are carried along in decision-making and policy formulation. By doing this, it is evident that the need of the people will be met and the building our future together agenda will be more realistic. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni.